Hey there, YouTube family. Welcome to the Stocks with Josh show. Today, I'm talking Apple, Elon, Twitter, and Tesla. And I'm going to deep dive and explain some of the news stories that we see impacting these companies, their products, and ultimately the value of their stocks. How can we profit from this brewing battle between these business bosses? I'm going to address the war that has come to light on Twitter between Elon, the world's richest man, maker of luxury cars and spaceships, and Apple, the world's largest company. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you timely technicals on potential areas of support and resistance for both Apple and Tesla. To begin, I want to acknowledge that I've been a longtime fan of Steve Jobs and consider him one of the greatest innovators in modern history. I love everything he did with Apple, the products, in particular his passion for beautiful and simple things that are easy to operate and understand, as well as his showmanship in presenting his products and ideas to the world. In truth, I bought the first iPhone in 2007 and I've never owned another smartphone brand. I've been a buyer of everything that Apple's made and I've only grown to appreciate their ecosystem more and more over time. In addition, full disclosure, I'm long Apple in my retirement account. I don't see a competitor brand that I would even consider buying to replace the Apple products that I enjoy so much. But we live in a day when corporate leaders are not just focused on producing high-value products. They often are socially posturing. Companies have moved away from simply promoting well-made products and into this abstract realm of relaying their personal beliefs and sometimes their singularly held convictions, as well as many of the corporate giants have used their power to censor free speech. We all know that the U.S. has suffered painfully from divisions of all kinds, political, social, racial, and financial divisions. I want everyone to know that on this page, we are a family regardless of your race, your age, your nationality, or your financial position in life. Today, the U.S. beat Iran in the World Cup. I want to congratulate the U.S. team. But I also need to acknowledge what is going on in Iran right now. The suffering of my Iranian brothers and sisters who are fighting for their very lives against treacherous, power-hungry tyrants. I have Iranian friends whom I love. They're very, very good people. If you're from Iran, I'd love for you to say hi today in the comments, and I'd love the rest of the family to throw a heart and the Iranian flag in the comments section to show them your love and your support. All right, let's get back to the Twitter war. If there's one thing that we can count on every day, it's that Elon Musk is going to entertain us in the business world. The war between Elon and Apple came to light on Twitter when tweets criticizing Apple began with the one saying that the company had mostly stopped advertising on Twitter. Musk asked, "Do they hate free speech in America?" He then directed a tweet at the Apple Chief Executive Officer, Tim Cook. He said, "What's going on here?" Time magazine reported that Elon was jeopardizing a vital relationship with Apple. But it does seem that Elon may have just been bringing to light that Apple had already fired the first shot by cutting off all their advertising dollars from them. I lean towards believing that Elon had nothing to lose when he made those tweets. I believe that rather than that he was just being careless and attacking a high-dollar valuable customer. Elon also tweeted that Apple has threatened to withhold Twitter from its App Store, but he said they won't tell us why. If that is true, and I have no reason to believe it isn't, then that explains a lot. If Apple did drop Twitter from its App Store, that would be absolutely devastating for Twitter's success. Apple serves up to 45% of all the smartphone users, a number that continues to grow. It may be that this was a battle that Elon couldn't afford not to fight, or at least attempt to get ahead of popular public opinion. And that's exactly what Elon attempted to do when he fired those shots at Apple, accusing them of wide-scale corporate censorship and that they were seeking to maintain an authoritarian control over their market participants. Elon went on to tweet, "Who else has Apple censored?" And complaints began to come out of the woodwork. The most interesting was one by the video game company Epic, which owns the video game Fortnite. They copied a video that Apple had once produced when Steve Jobs was the little guy trying to stand up to the then corporate giant IBM. Steve Jobs created this dystopian commercial suggesting that IBM monopolized and controlled the personal computer technology sector and was limiting innovation by crushing smaller, more vulnerable startups. I want you guys to watch the original commercial, and then I'm going to comment on it, and then I'm going to play the revised Fortnite parody commercial. Let's check it out.
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the information purification directives. We have created, for the first time in all history, a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests of a contradictory thoughts. Our unification of thoughts is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
This was such a powerful statement being made in the business world at that time, shedding light on the corporate greed and IBM's unfair market dominance. And from this bold marketing move, Apple grew to become the titan of business that we all know and love today. A company with the highest valuation in the world of $2.4 trillion. They stand alone in the 2 trillion valuation club at the top of the mountain. I ask you guys today, as we clearly see that Apple is not just a powerful company in a growing industry, but rather the largest company in the world. Is it possible, folks, that they may be using their immense power unfairly? Now let's watch Fortnite's version.
Platform unification directives. For years they have given us their songs, their labor, their dreams. In exchange, we have taken our tribute, our profits, our control. This power is ours and ours alone. We shall prevail.
So, is Fortnite right? At the same time that Musk is portraying Apple as a censor, he's also complaining about the fees that the company charges the apps that operate in its ecosystem. Musk calls this a secret 30% tax. But to Apple's credit, their cut is well known and well documented. It wasn't a secret. Epic Games and Apple went to court over Apple's fees in 2020, with Epic arguing that the iPhone maker wields uncontrolled monopoly power in the software market. Whether it was intentional or not, Musk has reignited the App Store antitrust battle. Epic's ongoing fight with Apple is kicking off again in appeals court, and Congress could be poised for another push to pass the Open Market Act, a bipartisan bill that would crack open the App Store and tear down coercive anti-competitive walls in the overall app economy. So is Elon the new Steve Jobs, actually throwing the hammer of discontent into Apple's propaganda machine? I want you guys to let me know your opinion of that in the comments. I'm going to cover the charts and make some predictions in a moment. Before I begin, let me take a minute to discuss my affiliate, the moomoo investment app. Moomoo is a zero commission trade platform with the lowest margin costs for any retail investment exchange. Their Black Friday offer is 15 free stock at the lowest deposit rate and a chance at winning $60,000. They have free level 2 data, a free stock screener to find hot stocks to invest in daily, and trade order types like advanced stop loss functions that you need to take profits and to protect your capital. Plus the Stocks with Josh community page and the Stock Josh family chat group. Get set up to invest better in 2023 and join the Stock Josh fam over on the moomoo app. So how is all this going to affect Apple? Well, we have to keep an eye on what's going to happen with that bill, but more importantly, Apple's in a tough macro environment. First off, as I said, I'm long Apple, and I don't believe they've come to the end of their global tech dominance. But I want to point out a very important technical observation. Right now, the overall markets have largely been climbing. As we've seen, the S&P 500 is up 13% from its low in October, and yet Apple has been down 10% in a somewhat similar time frame. My belief is that the smart money is selling their very large positions in Apple during the bear market rally. They're trying to take profits and unwind very large holdings in Apple. If you look closely at the charts and the volume, you'll see that what I'm saying is happening. I've pointed this out before when the market closed green and Apple surprisingly would close red. It is a bearish omen for the overall markets. It basically means that when the markets are going up, one of the beloved tech stocks is being unwound. It means that the market is very close to going the opposite direction. So where is the technical support and resistance for Apple? Apple has already backtested the 155 and it failed there. But it is possible that it could make a second attempt at 155. Based on the weakness that I'm seeing, I think that Apple will hit $125. And if it got punished more than I'm imagining, we could even see a $98 Apple. This is a stock to short or buy puts on in the next 3 to 4 months. Keep in mind, it isn't going to go straight down. So how is all this going to affect Tesla? Well, Elon is the meme and the tweet lord. And as I've been saying for a while, his focus on Twitter will continue to put negative pressure on the Tesla stock. Many people love Tesla and they're just waiting for it to come back so that they can load up at a really good price and hold it long term in their retirement accounts. That was really never my position with Tesla. I think that the automotive and the airline business are notoriously volatile and often unprofitable. And inevitably, somebody's going to say in the comment section, Josh, you don't get it. They're a technology company. I think that was part of the big narrative. But in my view, they are a very innovative car company in a ridiculously competitive industry that they dominated for a short amount of time, but are going to begin to come into the broader scope of that industry where it's just a lot of competition. And if that wasn't the worst part of it, they really don't, in my view, have Elon's primary attention. I could perhaps be unreasonably bearish on holding Tesla as a long-term investment. Having said that, I am a very active Tesla swing trader. For me, it's been a great stock to day trade, one of my favorites. Tesla, also like Apple, has been falling while the S&P 500 has largely still been going up, which confirms to me that there is institutional selling. Tesla has had big resistance at the $210 mark, which I do not see them breaking over. And then I think there is a strong chance that it'll come down to 110 over the course of the next 4 months. I think we may likely backtest 189 going up. That's an opportunity for me to buy puts and then eventually break below the 165 and then eventually go down to the 110. Remember, there's going to be a lot of volatility along the way. It won't get there in a straight line. Guys, we are in a bearish macro environment, and there's going to be a lot of money to be made going long and short in the market. Continue to get these calls by hitting the like, the subscribe, and hit that bell to join the family. Let's continue the conversation in the comment section here and over on the moomoo app. As always, peace and blessings, my friends.